We are live in Maui. Wanted to wait for a few people to join on here because you're going to like what we have to talk about today. All I'm talking about today is the 3 best foods that you really should be bringing with you when you're traveling. Okay, now this is not the end-all be-all. It does not mean that this is exactly what you need to eat. These are just 3 foods that I bring with me when I travel, when I'm trying to stay on my game. And especially when it comes down to summertime and you're trying to make sure that you're keeping on your stuff, you're keeping healthy, you've worked really hard this summer to stay in shape, you're wearing all your HYLETE swag and you're going out and you're working out, you're traveling, well, what kind of things should you bring with you? Okay, I'm talking about things that you necessarily bring on the plane or things that you can get at a grocery store when you get to your location. I do want to make sure that anyone that is here is commenting where they're watching from so that I can say hello. And if you chime in and you say your name and also where, whoops, sorry, I'm losing a little bit of traction there. There we go. That way I can say hello and shout you out. So I'm going to get right to it here in just a second. So I do want to make sure, hang on real quick, grab some of these things. I've got 3 foods for you. Okay, we've got a good amount of people on here. So for some reason I can't see the comments, so if someone is commenting where they're watching from, unfortunately, it's not letting me see. So give me 1 second here. There we go. All right, cool. Okay, there we go. So for those of you that have just joined in, I do want you to comment where you're watching from. What's going on? We've got San Diego in the house. What's going on? We've got Amber DeLauer here. Good to see you here, Amber. What's going on, Shane? Good to see you here as well. All right, so let's get right to it. When you're traveling, what are the kinds of things that you typically should bring? Well, the first one I'm going to start with right out the gate, macadamia nuts. I never go anywhere without these, and I highly recommend that you keep on that as well. Why macadamia nuts? Simply because they are very balanced when it comes to the amounts of fats that are in them. So a lot of times people will say, okay, there's way too many fats in nuts, there's way too many fats in almonds, there's way too many fats in macadamia nuts. But the simple fact of the matter is I'm not just eating those macadamia nuts because I'm in Maui. I'm eating the macadamia nuts because they do a very interesting thing. Okay, they are highly balanced, almost equal ratios of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids. Now, the cool thing is, having that balance is going to help modulate inflammation, especially after traveling. So how many of you guys have ever been on a plane and then suddenly found that you feel really bloated, you feel really just kind of disgusting, you feel like you're holding a lot of water, you're not performing well, your joints are stiff? Amber and I just worked out this morning and it was really, really difficult. We just felt stiff from being on a plane all day. Well, a lot of times it has to do with inflammation. So in addition to maybe taking some fish oil pills and things like that and just getting moving, get your healthy fats by way of macadamia nuts, simply because that balance of omega-3 to omega-6 is critical. And most of the time, if you have things like almonds or anything like that, you're going to have an imbalance. You're going to have way too many omega-6s, which are going to trigger more inflammation in your body. They're going to make your knees hurt. They're going to make your shoulders hurt. They're going to make everything have a little bit of an issue. So I'm huge on the macadamia nuts. It's not just because they taste good. Hey, for those of you that are here, make sure that you're hitting that share button, getting as many people out here on this video as you can. I'm going to try to switch this camera around so you can take a look at the view really quick. Take a look at that. Not a bad place to be, right? And here's the food that I just talked about, good old macadamia nuts. So if you can, everybody, give this video a big old share if you're getting something out of this. It's not a bad place to be. I'm not complaining right now. One last little hoorah, doing some cool photo work for HYLETE, getting some awesome stuff out there for the HYLETE Nation. Okay, so let's get down to the next food. So I'm going to back around here. There we go. All right, this next one is weird. So the first one I talked about was macadamia nuts because they're trying to keep the omega-3, omega-6 balance, which is critical. This next one is kind of an obvious one, okay? And it may not be obvious at first, but when I explain it, it is. Okay, and that's good old-fashioned Greek yogurt. Now here's the problem. They're not going to let you travel with Greek yogurt. TSA is going to take that stuff, they're going to hawk it. Why? Because it's more than 6 ounces. They don't have one that's even smaller. So that's the downside. And generally speaking, I try to go for like Wallaby Organic whenever possible, but Fi is not a bad brand either. The reason that I say this is because there aren't any places, there's not a place in the world that I haven't been that you, or that I have been, that you can't get Greek yogurt. Okay, it's so simple to get. And whether you're on a ketogenic diet, whether you're on an intermittent fasting style diet, or whether you're just trying to eat healthy, that's honestly going to be a lot better than picking up something that's full of nitrites and nitrates that you're going to typically get at a normal grocery store. So guys, make sure you comment where you're watching from. What's going on, Kevin? Good to see you here as well. And thank you all for hopping on this HYLETE video. So the reason that I want the actual Greek yogurt in there is more so than just the fact that it's got protein, okay? More so than just the fact that it's generic and it's a relatively healthy food, because by a lot of standards, if you're eating Greek yogurt all the time, it's hard on you, okay? The dairy can be very disruptive. It can be very tough. But the nice thing is when you're traveling, how many times have you noticed that, let's talk about it, let's address the elephant in your room, it's hard to really keep the system moving, okay? And you guys know what I mean, okay? It's like you get up in the morning, your normal routine is off, your bathroom schedule's off, everything's just out of whack. And it's not fun, it ruins your vacation. So Greek yogurt you can pick up at any store. It's got high amounts of lactobacillus, but it's also got bifidus in it, which are really, really good at stimulating that regularity again, okay? Getting things going, which, let's face it, I know it's uncomfortable to talk about, but that is how you absorb your nutrients. And if that system's not working, we don't want to be feeling like that all the time. So that's why I have that there. I had a post-workout meal with this, with a little bit of cocoa, so a little bit of straight cocoa powder, like unsweetened cocoa powder. It was absolutely perfect. Guys, if you can, if you're getting something out of this, make sure you give it a big old share really quick, okay? I just want to make sure that people are getting this out there. I'm trying to get some good information so that you guys can all really get the most out of your vacations. Now, I'm going to take a quick intermission and show you the view again for those of you that just joined. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. So if you can, please give this a big old share. I'm asking you to give it a share not because I'm egotistical or anything like that, but I'm asking you to give it a share simply because it shows Facebook that HYLETE is putting out good content, that we're not just spamming people, we're not just putting out junk, okay? We're really putting out good content. And the more that you share, the more that you're showing your love for HYLETE, and the more that you're showing basically the appreciation for all the content that we're going to be putting out. Okay, I've just started working with HYLETE in a stronger capacity, creating a lot more videos and a lot more nutrition content. So if there's a lot of videos that you want to see, make sure that you post them up, make sure you comment them so that I can see them in the future. Now let's get down to the third food. What is the third food that I want to bring with me when I'm traveling? It's a weird one, okay? It's not one that you would normally think, okay? Nutritional yeast. Why am I bringing nutritional yeast? That seems crazy. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But the reason that I'm bringing nutritional yeast when I travel is simply because you get so dehydrated and so depleted, the first thing that you lose ends up being your B vitamins. That's what's helping you generate red blood cells, okay? Nutritional yeast, super high in vitamin B12. It's really hard, especially when you're traveling, to get good amounts of vitamin B12 and create those red blood cells, create that effect that's going to allow you to work out. A lot of times you feel drained, you feel like you're not getting oxygen when you're working out when you're traveling because you're depleted in B vitamins. So, why nutritional yeast though? Because it's a heck of a lot more fun than taking a dang B12 vitamin. Okay, this is a lot of fun because you put it on just about anything. Put it on, I mean, shoot, you can bring it in a packet and put it on whatever food you're eating at the restaurants. But I mean, like for me, dust it on the macadamia nuts that I always talked about. Put it on a little bit of popcorn, mix it up with some stuff. It tastes like cheese, the stuff is good, and you're gonna find that within like 2 hours you have so much more energy. It just really, really works well. So I wanna make sure that you're doing that whenever you can. And this, ladies and gentlemen, TSA will let you travel with. But again, there's not many stores out there, at least in the States, that you can't find that stuff. So if you're getting something out of this, I'm gonna recap the 3 foods that I talked about here in just a second, but I wanna make sure that you give this a big ol' share. If you're watching this, please share. I do this on my personal channel all the time, but doing them for HYLETE, I wanna make sure that you guys know that by simply sharing this content and getting good information out there, you are truly helping the cause. And HYLETE is taking the next step at making sure that we're really providing good value and good content, not just amazing apparel and amazing gear. So recapping. Macadamia nuts, super satiating. They will keep you full on the plane, so you don't want to eat those totally gluten-filled pretzels that they're always trying to give you, or those honey roasted peanuts that they're giving you on the plane that are loaded with sugar and fat that spike your insulin that end up making it very bad. So here we've got macadamia nuts, okay? Then we had good old-fashioned Greek yogurt because there's not a store in the world that doesn't carry this stuff. It's so easy to find. You may be finding a different brand, but it's all good. Then I had nutritional yeast, good old stuff to replenish those B vitamins and get yourself energized again so you can get to the gym and you can get outside and get your workout done as soon as you get to your location. Lastly, I'm going to turn around the camera one more time. This is where we're staying. Royal Lahaina, not a bad place. Not complaining at all. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign this off, but please go ahead and give it a share. get the word out there, and we'll see you all in the next HYLETE. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the near future. See you soon.